Hi Aquarius, this is your reading for the week of February 9th, or when you hear it and it resonates, and it will not be for every Aquarian. Aquarian, as soon as I grabbed the cards to start working for you, what I heard was a very clear statement. Don't let other people's urgency be the thing that guides you and directs you. And no, I'm sorry, it was not that. It was, thank you. Do not make other people's urgency your own. Thank you. And it's important, the way they're saying it is important for a reason I'm not entirely sure of yet. But as I'm working with the cards and feeling more of the energy coming in, what I'm getting is that for many of you, there was a situation as you were growing up where there was a quality of anxiety. And I think the reason urgency comes in here because there is often, when there is low-grade anxiety in a situation, whether it's in a household or whether or not it is, how can I put that? Within just a single personality within the household, but that kind of creates a tone. So in other words, the family itself doesn't have to be in a state of urgency about something. It can be just the predominant energy of somebody in the house that then now everybody else gets to feel, and their nervous systems their nervous systems get heightened because of that. So what you're being told here, my dears, is that for the ones that I'm reading for the part of the collective that I'm reading for, you're being asked to notice where you are in your life currently, you are still letting the urgency of somebody else be the thing that sets the vibrational tone for your day. Because it won't be necessarily consistently, especially if it is related more to your profession rather than your family. But please remember, it's still your nervous system that might be tuned to the idea that life is a bit of a struggle, because that's what comes with that sense of anxiety that has an urgency to it, right? Something must be done. So there's always that sense of needing to fix, needing to make do, needing to make better, waiting for. And that creates that quality of urgency that will be satisfied as long as you are doing some kind of productive work to move you forward through it. What you're being told, however, is that the urgency doesn't exist. The urgency no longer needs to be something that is one of your markers for productivity, success, safety, okayness, whatever that means for you. You're being told that struggle is not productive. So when you go in with that quality of urgency, you have a tendency, a person has a tendency to work hard, not necessarily work smart, but work hard, because that's the quality of the energy, right? It's the energy. You're being told when you have a tendency to do that, now this is where you get to step back and realize it's not up to you, because you very possibly grew up feeling as though it was up to you to make something better, okay? And you're being told, remember, there is way more at play here than you. There are levels, dimensions, karmas that are all part of everybody that you meet and that you work with. So you're being told there is higher life. There is source. There is divine energy. There are angels. There is a level of intelligence and compassion that exists beyond the human realm. It's there. It's working for everybody, and it's working for you. And you're being asked now, can you please decide that you are going to take a new look at your life so that you can get out of struggle. Notice where you go into that and just check in, because very often, Aquarian, you are very intelligent. You may not spend a lot of time ruminating or contemplating a lot of life things. You tend to live things a little bit more, I would say, a bit more directly. But what you're being told here is, when you can let go of that old piece, that old quality of urgency around production, producing, being good enough, you open up to a new state where you are able to understand what it is you want to do for yourself, for your own heart, for your own soul, that is coming from a place of peace, a place of richness within yourself, that really can guide you toward where you want to expand and explore. Because many of you have got a lot of creative desires, or a desire to be creative in ways that you haven't really explored yet. And so if you've always wanted to be a writer, now's the time. Write. There doesn't have to be anything holding you back from that. You don't have to say, but I must get this done, so I can't do that. It was like, no, I'll get this done, and then I'll do that. But maybe I'm going to just toggle the time a little bit and go over here a little bit more. It's so much your attitude that is going to determine how you manage your time. It's going to be your attitude about this, and you're deciding whether or not you can get used to this new image of yourself and this new way of doing things, because you've got all the opportunity here. You definitely have spirit behind you. You're being told, remember that. And you're also being told struggle is highly overrated and does not make you more productive. So please, within the change tends to bring up fear, and that's okay. Fear is so valuable when we actually get in touch with it and realize how much it's been motivating us in so many different ways. There is a lot of information behind the fears when you start looking at it. And very quick description, I had a friend who was terrified of bridges. She always felt that there was something horrible that happened to her with her father on a bridge. When she actually got to the fear and was able to unpack that situation, her father had gone to help her, because as a child, she had slipped and fallen as she was crossing a bridge, but all she remembered was her father's face and fear. When she got to the fear, she understood what she had been afraid of facing. There was nothing to face except a kind gesture, right? But that's what she did with her mind in it. So all I'm saying about this is, sometimes we'll feel a fear and it will be generalized fear, survival. But when we pack it down, we'll understand what is it we are afraid of. We won't have that allows us to survive. We might feel like it's being lovable. We might feel like it's a profession. We might uncover different experiences or attitudes or beliefs that were held in our family that says, old worlds, certain cultures, well, you're born a woman, you're born a girl, you're not as valuable as a guy, right? Of course, not everybody feels that way, and it's not every culture. But these are the core beliefs that you can take into yourself without realizing that you have kind of embodied those beliefs. A lot of times it happens pre-verbal. So you're being told, you can look at this stuff. You've got the freedom, you've got the support, and you're being told this is where you get to give up struggle. Face the fears that keep you in a state of struggle and urgency, in a way that keeps you away from exploring your own creative desires. And, remember, creativity, it's the same part of the brain that accesses intuition, higher conscious mind. Whatever it is you wish to do, whatever kind of legacy you wish to leave, let's do it from an energy that is from a self-loving place and a self-expansive place, rather than must do because it makes me a good person. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Aquarius. You have got all sorts of creativity and spirituality just starting to flood in around you, and this is just a suggestion of how to help keep it moving. Okay? Take care, Aquarius. Much love.